What up, what up, what up, Madelies? So as you may know by now, we are back home from the honeymoon. You already got to see the first half of our honeymoon. And basically what we decided after we got to Philadelphia is that we didn't want to vlog the rest of it. There was a lot going on, and honestly, like, vlogging is a little bit difficult, especially when you're trying to be in the moment. Like, daily life on the weekend, sure. In the midst of a honeymoon, a lot's going on, and so we just decided we would just not vlog the rest of it. But we did have a few stories that we wanted to tell you, and I wanted to show you some of the stuff that we picked up on the honeymoon that we chose to get for like souvenirs and that sort of thing. Traveling via road trip was a lot nicer than if you fly somewhere, because I always feel like I can't really go thrifting when I fly because I have no room to put stuff if I get anything. But having your car with you means you can get quite a few things. So especially since we went to the vintage place, it was really nice to have a whole car to put stuff in. And I think Madison's gonna come join me, although she's just kind of chilling over there with Tippy.
Look, I'm giving him the car.
Jesus. My poor baby. Oh, it's not focusing.
Camera hates me. It'll be over in a minute after I'm done petting Tippy and giving him a mini kitty massage with like 7 foot right here.
Okay.
There.
Anyway, I guess she's gonna come over here whenever she feels like it.
Coming.
Cool.
What up, guys? Here I am. Here are my beautiful kneecaps, and they're dropping in.
Okay, so we got some stuff from the antique shop, which I think I showed you like one of the things we got, but I didn't get to show you everything else because they had it wrapped up.
Yeah, after they wrapped everything up, Shelby was like, God, why did I not vlog that?
Yeah. So I'll just show you all the things we got there. They wrapped them up in like old newspaper, which I thought was kind of cool. But the first thing we got is this.
Beautiful.
This is super cute. This is like a vintage rattan shelf that someone painted pink.
Ooh.
And I want to put this up above our toilet in our bathroom.
Okay.
Anyway, this is cute. I also got a few other things to put in it because I think like one of the shelves can be for cute stuff and one of the shelves can be like for utility, like stuff we actually use in the bathroom. So I just thought this was really cute, and I think it only was like $8 or something.
Nice.
So I was like, that's a pretty good deal.
Very nice.
I love that color. If you guys don't know, I'm obsessed with that color. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Other than that, you might have seen this in the vlog, but I got a marble rolling pin because we don't have one. And I've always said like we won't get one because I usually roll stuff out with
your hands, just like, or a
water bottle. But I saw this and I was like, a marble antique rolling pin? And it's so heavy because this is like, I think, actual marble or maybe quartz. But yeah, I just thought it was so cute. I couldn't pass it up. That's so cool.
Very nice, very nice.
Okay, and I think that's the stuff I already showed you, but some of the other stuff we got, they wrapped up. So tell them what I was looking for while I unwrap this.
What you were looking for when you went to the antique store?
Yeah.
She was looking for a bunch of stuff. She's always looking for like glass is something that really catches Shelby's eye, like every time she goes to a vintage store. And she was specifically looking for a brown jug, just because she's had like brown glass before, but she wanted a jug. And she found a jug.
Why I wanted it?
To put decorations inside of it.
Pampas grass, yes.
Yes. So she wants to put pampas grass in there, and then that escalated very, very quickly, and she got quite a nice haul, which she's unwrapping to show you all. She got everything from a chair to...
I didn't get a chair at the vintage store. Don't spoil it.
Okay, no spoilers, no spoilers. But we'll let her finish unwrapping it, and then she'll show you all some of the little goodies that she got.
I'm just such a sucker for glass, especially vintage glass, because it just... I don't know, I think it goes to show like when we didn't use plastic for everything, there was this glass that people used and reused, and like it just wasn't, you know, a throwaway culture. So I think I value that, and I think the look of it is just so much better. Like, oh, Tippy wants to join.
Don't let him knock anything over. Tippy sees round objects or something that can roll, and he's like...
Not only do I love vintage glass, but I love brown vintage glass.
Yeah, which is hard to find, it seems like. Like when we go to the vintage places, there's like so much glass in every other color. but brown. So these were like great finds.
Like Madison said, love brown vintage glass. So I wanted a brown jug so that I could put pampas grass coming out of this. I actually recently thrifted like a vase bowl thing, the one that pampas grass is in over there. And I really like that, but I've been wanting this for a long time. I've been looking for this for so long, and so I figured the antique store was where I was gonna find it.
What? Hey, Saboteur.
Excuse me. Oh no!
No.
Okay, bye guys.
Tiffy,
My wee baby.
you could sit anywhere in the house. This is where you want to sit.
Say this is where you're looking. There. Is that okay? Yeah, okay. No, you're so cute. Don't hit me. Okay. Anyway, so yes, brown jug situation. Thought this one was really cool. I don't know what this is from. Oh, it says right here. What does it say? Duranglas.
What?
Duraglas.
Duraglos?
Don't know. That's not the reason why I bought it. Because the other one
Here,
I
give me
bought.
that one. The stuff goes over here.
I'm definitely not endorsing this other one I bought, which is Clorox. But again, I think it's so interesting that Clorox used to sell stuff in glass.
Yeah.
Like, how crazy is that?
That is pretty wild.
And like, you would definitely second guess like just running to the store and grabbing a bottle of Clorox if it was in a heavy brown glass bottle.
True.
So I just thought this was cool, but we're gonna do the same thing. I don't know where exactly I'm gonna put them now, because I feel like they don't really have a place because I got that other one, but I might switch them out. I don't know, we'll see. And then these I've always been interested in as well, but they usually sell them for really expensive. Like these, so this is a vintage mason jar ball. Is it mason? Is mason ball, or are they different?
I think there are mason jars that are made by Ball.
Anyway, this is like a vintage one, obviously, from the antique store with glass lids and swing tops. So I love the way these look. Sometimes I'll see one at a thrift store, maybe if I'm lucky. Actually seeked them out, as I say that, on like eBay and stuff before, but they're always so expensive. And at this antique store, I don't know how I got so lucky, but they had this set of 3 matching vintage ball glass jars for $15.
That's incredible.
Not only was that like an incredible find, but that's a good deal for these. So I was very excited to have them, and I'm so glad I found them. I've been looking at those for a long time too, for at least a couple years. So got all that from the antique store, and then this is to go in the pink basket that I showed you. So
sorry,
I think I'm gonna take a couple pieces from my bouquet and put them in each side of this, and then inside of this as well.
Ooh, that'll be cool.
Right?
I didn't know what your plan was for those. Ooh.
There's liquid in here she wanted to see. Do you want to see still? Yeah. I think it's because there's a little hole right there. Some might have gotten through there some. But this is like a decanter type of situation, right? Like people used to keep...
We just got antique liquid on the couch.
People used to keep like alcohol in this, right? Like gin and Jack and stuff.
I guess.
So I got this because I just thought it was cute. Also, it was 50% off. That booth was, remember, all the glass booth there? I think it was 50%. It might have been more, but it was on sale. So I thought these are both really, really pretty amber colored things, and I just couldn't pass them up.
It's very nice, very nice.
And I think that's everything from the vintage store.
Is it? Did you unwrap everything?
Yeah, I think it's everything from the antique store. I didn't go crazy. Oh no, I also got this, but I showed you guys in the vlog. You could see this in the vlog.
Oh yeah.
Which was a good find because, again, my favorite color. I love this sort of like texture lace, and I never find anything in my size that's vintage. So
the fact that there are so many things in your favorite color, and your favorite color is like this new color, makes me think that this color's been around before.
Maybe. I don't doubt it.
Like, I wonder what it used to be called instead of millennial pink.
I don't know. But it had this pin on it. I took the pin off of it because I didn't like it. But yeah, I felt very lucky to have found that. That was really cute. Okay, and then where did we go after that? We left Virginia, and we went to Philly, which I don't think I bought anything in Philly.
Yes, you did. You bought your hat in Philly.
So in Philly, we met up with my editor, And yeah, we walked to this like pop-up vintage store. It was like a bunch of different sellers, I guess. I think they weren't all just vintage, but it was all like eclectic secondhand stuff. Yeah, it was just a pop-up, and I wasn't expecting to buy anything. And like before we even walked inside, there was this guy outside who specialized in like old hats and boots and such. And I had told Madison that I was on the lookout for like a fedora style hat, I think is what it's called. And we walked up, and the second I walked over, Madison was like, oh, look at that hat. And I was like, oh my God, I'm literally looking for one of these. So I put it on my head. Luckily I had my hair down, because normally I have my hair up in a bun, you guys know. But in the Northeast, I don't have to do that because it's not so hot. And, oh.
That was a nice entrance, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's kind of smushed from the ride back. But I walked over and I put it on my head and it fit and it looked good. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. And he only charged me like $25 for it.
Yeah, it was a steal.
For a vintage brown hat
I really
that
like
actually looks pretty cute on me. Oh my God. I kind of love it. How cute is this?
V cute.
Okay, well then that's the only thing I bought in Philly. I forgot I bought this in Philly. This is so cute. This is a look.
Remembering it all over again.
Yeah, it's really cute. I forgot about this. Damn. I wore it during the trip though, and I put it with my hat so that whenever I want a hat, I know exactly. We were there in Cape Cod for the longest because we needed to stay put to be by ourselves and self-isolation. And Madison also needed to get a lot of work done. So it was a really nice hotel that we stayed at. Maybe I'll get Madison to insert some pictures. And we had a view of this marsh, this like salt marsh that was so cute. And it was cool because the last day we were there, it rained. And so you could see the marsh visibly change with the water rising. And I thought that was so cool. I love wetlands. So I was nerding out the whole time. But during one of the days where Madison was working a lot, I went to the thrift store and I found a few things. One was this little bowl, which I need to go switch out because it's only going to be able to be around for another month right now. But I'm going to switch this bowl out from our pineapple that holds our like dish brushes in the kitchen. I'm going to switch this out for fall every season because it's technically probably an apple, honestly. But
nice.
It
looks like a pumpkin.
It can pass as a pumpkin, right?
For sure.
What does it say on the back?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to read.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe it is meant to be a pumpkin. Who knows? But yeah, I got this at the thrift store to switch out for that situation. And at the thrift store that day, I also, what else did I buy? Oh, I forgot
that plate?
No. I forgot to tell you I got this at the antique store because when I was a kid, my grandma had a ton of these plates. Like, these are the plates that she used, and I cannot find them. I don't know if my aunt has them, my mom has them, wherever they are. They're in a junk room somewhere. Yeah. Or they donated them maybe. Who knows? But I bought this because it reminded me of my grandma, and I was literally looking for one of these at the antique store.
And you found one. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, backtracking a little bit, but anyway. There was something else I bought in Cape Cod besides this really big, exciting thing. Oh, there was a picture frame. Oh, here it is. So I thrifted this in Cape Cod as well because I'm going to put a picture of us in it from our honeymoon, and then we can hang it on our shelf in our bedroom.
There we go.
And it was really simple, just a wooden frame, but okay.
She's like, you're like, and I bought this nice wooden frame. It's so great. I really love it.
Sorry. Yeah, it was only $2, but I figured we could put a picture in it from our honeymoon, and that would be cool if we thrifted this frame.
We'll find a use for it. Guys, we had this one frame in college. We had it for like 3 or 4 years, and it always had the stock picture in it, like always. So maybe we'll actually get a real picture of us.
That's different. It was also like bright green and not cute at all. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then after we left Cape Cod, oh, sorry, the best find of the whole trip was this lovely chair sitting behind me.
Beautiful rattan brown chair.
So this is, I've wanted one of these chairs for a while, but they're hard to find, and they're usually really expensive. And also the ones I've seen, when I do see them for like fucking $75, are much smaller. This one is pretty big, like it looks like it will be comfortable, and it's actually, yeah, vintage, and it's rattan in pretty good condition, and it was only $15. So I was like, I called Madison while she was working in the hotel, and I was like, dude, I found that chair that I've been wanting. Do you think I should buy it? What did you say? What happened? Tell the story.
Yeah, I was like, well, it's gonna be kind of hard to get back. Like, we're gonna have a chair in the car, but if you're okay with that, then go for it. She's like, okay, I think I'm gonna do it. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep working now.
Well, and I thought, like, it's $15, right? So if I buy it and we decide, like, no, we can't drive the whole rest of the trip with this chair in here, I was like, it's $15.
Yeah, no, for sure, it was a good find. But yeah, the reason Shelby was kind of thinking about getting this chair is because she may or may not be looking for someone to sit in it and maybe help her out with some of her work in the house. So there's that. That's to be continued, though.
Yes. Well, then that's all we bought in Cape Cod. And then from Cape Cod, you were supposed to be remembering where we went next. I bet you haven't figured it out yet.
Salem.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So then we went to Salem, which was a freaking literal dream come true.
It was amazing.
Tell them your favorite parts. Tell them.
I think my favorite parts were like seeing all of the leaves, and then also, of course, knowing that Shelby makes me watch Hocus Pocus every year. It was awesome to go walk around and see like all the different places. They're still there from like 26, 27 years ago. And, you know, when they filmed on these locations, it's like all in the same city. It's not like some movies where they like portray that they're in an area, but really they're like on the other side of the world.
Yeah, we've tried to do a road trip to see all the spots of Twilight before. Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah,
it's like Vancouver, Oregon, Washington.
Yeah, it's like you get to Washington Beach number 3 or whatever it is, and it's like, wait, this doesn't look anything like the movie. And then you look at it and it's like, oh, it's because it's in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah. And even like the only site that we went to after looking up where the actual site was, because they're supposed to be jumping off cliffs in Forks, Washington. Mm-hmm. But we looked it up and found out that it was actually in Vancouver, or like right outside of Vancouver, between Whistler and Vancouver.
It wasn't there.
And so when we were in Vancouver, we were like, let's go see it. And we like took this sketchy road to the sketchy path and got to the end of it, remember, and it was closed. Mm-hmm. So we couldn't even get to the spot where they filmed it. Yeah. And it was just, yeah, what a bummer.
That was legit. Like, I really liked that. And then we stayed at the Hawthorne. It's like a historic hotel downtown. I actually like reading about little history things. So it was built in like 1915 by some entrepreneur.
1900s, but I feel like it was before that.
Established in 1925. Yeah, it was really fun getting to research the history and learn, like, you know, how the name has changed and like how famous people have been there. It's a really cool hotel.
And the hotel was supposedly haunted, specifically the 6th floor. So of course we stayed on the 6th floor. Not on purpose, but that's where they put us.
Yeah. And the only like supernatural activity that I think, is it called supernatural? Mm-hmm. Yeah, activity that we found was when we were going to leave. I'm very thorough about doing like a walkthrough and like making sure we don't forget anything. And Shelby could not find her socks, so we think one of the ghosts may have had cold feet.
Because where else could they have gone?
Also, this room was ridiculously tiny. Like, ridiculously tiny. Yeah. So, like, we looked top to bottom and just couldn't find these socks. It's very strange.
It was very strange. Yeah, it's a historic hotel, so, like, I guess back then they literally, like, slept and left, maybe? And, like, even the bathroom, you couldn't even hold your arms out inside of it. It was so small.
Yeah.
So
I couldn't even, like, I have my night bag with my, like, deodorant, toothbrush. It couldn't even fit on, like, the sink, because the sink was just, like, the sink and very little, like, little counter space.
Yeah, craziness.
It was interesting.
Okay, well, with that being said, will you go grab a knife, babe? I failed at this unboxing, didn't I? So, while we were in Salem, I feel like I'm not a big decoration person. You guys know this. And so I don't have much decor, definitely not. And I'm not interested in buying like cheap, store-bought, mass-produced like decor or anything like that. But I thought what would be cool, because Madison and I have recently started talking about children. We talked about that recently. And I've been thinking for a while that I would be interested in buying like a really high-quality, locally made, like iconic decoration for fall, because I love fall. And someday when I'm not alive anymore, my kids will remember me by someone who loved fall. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I remember my grandma as someone who loves ice cream.
Really?
But maybe that's not the same thing as fall, but someday when I'm not here, I hope that people remember how much I loved fall. Mm-hmm. And so I was telling Madison while we were in Salem, Salem is such an iconic place that I've wanted to visit for so long, I should get a decoration that we hold on to forever.
Yeah.
Basically, you call them heirlooms that you pass down to your kids. And so they reused all this packaging, by the way. It is completely like bubble wrapped in here. But they told us they save all their packaging from shipments and then like give them back to us.
Yeah, it was actually really cool.
Yeah.
Because they take them out and then we bought it and they were like, we thought we were just going to walk out with the pumpkin.
We were literally like, how are we going to get this bitch back home?
Yeah, and they like popped it in, taped it up. We're like, this is great.
Yeah, so, anyway, my point is that was my intention of buying this pumpkin. And I'll hopefully hold on to my thrifted pumpkin as well. You guys know the wicker thrifted pumpkin I have. I hope to pass them both down to like kids when we have them. But this pumpkin is handmade by a man in Boston. And they sold them at this it's like a fair trade store. So everything in the store was fair trade. And then I wanted something that was locally made. So that was this. And Madison read the tag to me. Do you want to read it to them?
Okay, so the tag says, from the age of 5, I knew that I was an artist. Some of my earliest memories are of drawing and sketching the world around me. With hot glass is incredibly fun and rewarding. I consider myself lucky to be able to do something that I love to do every day. Luke Adams. Luke Adams is a Boston-based glass artist and graduate of Mass Art. He works with a group of artist assistants to produce his work in glass.
So that's why I remember I had Madison. She was helping me look around the whole store to find something that was locally made. And she read that to me and it said that like the guy gets people who are still students to help him make his work. Mm-hmm. And that he literally makes this in Boston. And it was like...
So Shelby was like, sold.
That's what we want. So isn't it cute? I just think that's such a cool like... I don't know. I'm not really a sentimental person, and items are not like that endeared to me.
But just the fact that it's like local, fair trade, like
yeah.
It's just really cool to find something like that.
Well, and the thing is, my mom buys literally decor every year. The day after Christmas, she wakes up and she goes to Walmart to buy the stuff on a discount. Yeah. And that I think is a big part of why I hate the holidays and why I don't like decoration, because that's how I think of it. And I just picture this being like someday our grandkids will say, my grandparents bought this from a local person on their honeymoon, and like they'll have this in their home.
That's a beautiful story. I mean, that they're going to be able to tell one day, as well as like this pumpkin is so Shelby. It's like it supports the local economy. It's freaking beautiful. It has to do with fall. Like Shelby's mom is the type of person who will go to Walmart. She will get you a little ornament that's like $3.99 of a heart, and just be like, okay, you're gonna cherish this forever. Like put no thought into it. Yeah, it's plastic. And it says, like, I love you. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that's why I was like, yeah, this is just, I think it's perfect. And you guys might think it's weird or cheesy or not minimalist of me, because I'm always worried that people on the internet are going to think that. But I just thought this was really, really cool. So anyway, so that was Salem. And then we also grabbed some, like, leaves while we were in Salem. And I'm pressing them so that we can shadow box them eventually. Mm-hmm. And then where do we go from there?
And then from Salem, we went to Maine.
Yeah, we technically stayed in Maine. Mm-hmm. And that's where we bought this basket and where we went apple picking.
Yeah.
So I was going to let Madison tell you about apple picking.
Apple picking was super legit. So we roll up to this place, and this lady's got this really rad dog, and she also has...
Better?
Yeah, so this lady has this really rad dog, and she also has this little shop full of all these local goodies that they made on the farm. And I was really confused at first. I was like, there's a shop, but I don't see a farm. And then she gets us, and she's like, walk this way. And we're like, oh, wait, we don't have a bag.
No, she tried to give us a plastic bag, remember?
Oh, yeah.
To weigh the apples.
She tried to give us a plastic bag, and I was like, well, I'll go to the car. We have our reusables, and we got our reusables. And Shelby's like, well, actually, I like that basket you have up there. So we went and we got this basket, and we went to go pick apples, guys. Like, I didn't see the farm at first, but the lady's like, come with me.
Yeah, I said, do we just like walk out there and the apples will be back there? She's like, I'll show you.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, okay. So she like walked us around. We saw like the pigs and the goats, and then they're like just trees on trees. She's like, those are the Gold Rush, those are the Florentine, like, and she's like, just go, have at it, and we'll do it by weight after.
You can pick as many as you want.
You can pick as many as you feel like. So we picked some apples, we took some cool pictures. So yeah, and then it was really nice. And now that we have this basket as kind of a keepsake, this is going to be our produce basket.
For the garden.
For our garden. So like, we'll go pick the tomatoes.
We got to do that after this video.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was cute. That was probably one of my favorite parts of the whole trip was the apple picking.
Yeah.
So, I was happy to have this, and not that this will become an heirloom, but like it's actually functional in our everyday life afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So then we drove. We technically stayed in Maine to start the Congowen Way Highway.
Oh God, I don't know how to say
I don't know how to say it, but it's a very famous highway that runs through Vermont and New Hampshire to see the leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And so we stayed in Maine, and then we drove to Woodstock, Vermont, where we went to, was it in Woodstock where the farm was? It was. So tell them how this came about. So we're like, let's go, but the only thing we had on the agenda for the day was like driving around, finding random roads to take cute pictures, and going to see Sleepy Hollow Farm.
Yeah.
And so we went to see Sleepy Hollow Farm, and then we just decided to drive down this random road. It was like a dirt road, right? It wasn't even paved.
Mm-hmm.
So we start driving down it, and we see this sign that said, is it Sugarberry Farm? You tell them.
I think it's called Sugar Bush Farm?
Maybe.
Yeah. But anyway, we were just randomly driving, and we roll. It's sketch, dude. We're used to like paved roads, and we're like back road, like
for like 6 miles.
Yeah, and we're like, okay, and their signs were awesome. Their signs were like, you're almost there, just a little bit further. I was like, we're literally gonna get murdered. Like, there's nothing out here. We start seeing like less and less civilization, more and more dirt roads. But anyway, we ended up going to the farm, and it was super cute. Like, they just had everything laid out where you could kind of, again, I'm slightly a history buff when we go and do stuff. Like, I really like reading about stuff.
It's cool to learn local history. Like, I feel like American history, meh.
Yeah.
But like local history or like a history of a farm, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. So we like walked around, and their big thing there was cheese and like maple stuff. So we went and saw like the, not factory, but like the area where they
tap the trees.
We like walked around, and they had little facts on the trees and stuff, which was really fun. It is needed for good maple sap flow. Cold nights 20 to 30 and warm days 40 to 50. Warm days? That ain't warm where I'm from. And then we walked around, and we also saw like where they manufactured the maple syrup, and like it had a bunch of fun facts and stuff.
We can put those pictures in here because it was like, it's interesting because it's like a resource footprint. How we found out that it takes like, what was it, like
40 gallons of sap to produce 1 gallon of maple product?
Yeah, syrup.
Is it specifically syrup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we also got to taste it. So the way she was explaining the way trees work is like the beginning of the season, the syrup will be a very light color, and it'll be a lighter taste. And then the closer you get to budding season, which is when the tree flowers, it will get darker and deeper. So we got to taste from 4 different parts of the season, which was really fun.
Yeah, that was awesome. I was a fan more of the lighter color, like earlier season. And then as they got darker, Shelby's like, ooh, you know, Shelby likes her women dark. She definitely likes her syrup dark too.
Yeah, Madison also kept saying that everything that was like aged tasted like coffee. She's like, I didn't like the darker ones. They started tasting like coffee. She doesn't like coffee, if you guys didn't know.
Yeah, ooh, I'm gonna get some comments about that for sure.
She likes tea. Anyway, so then we bought this there. Cute little leaf also to reuse so that we can remember our honeymoon. There's a lot of memorabilia that we're going to have from this.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. And we could totally, like, can we make syrup and, like, reuse it, or?
I don't know.
We'll have to figure that out. But anyway, we could
put other stuff in there. But we can reuse it for fall decoration is what I meant.
Yeah.
But yeah, they literally make this at their farm, which is so, like, that's so cool to be able to visit a working farm where you can actually, like, buy their product. I just thought I like nerded out about that.
Yeah, I think that's what Shelby liked about Vermont the most in general is like there were just so many local like things that you could buy. Like if you were into cheeses, if you were into beer, if you were into maple syrup, if you were into
their lettuce, their
like,
pumpkins, their everything. They have like everything local.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, I get this question a lot actually. If you could live anywhere, where would you live? And I've always said San Francisco. San Francisco is like, or just the Bay Area is like my favorite place I've ever been. And I think Vermont is like teetering on the same with San Francisco. I really, really like Vermont.
Yeah, Shelby was digging everything from the trees to the weather to everything being local. Like, yeah, it was pretty beautiful.
Yeah, and they had, the hotel we stayed in was the only hotel the whole time, I think, that actually had sustainability, like, initiatives. The rest of them, like, totally didn't. And that's also a big thing in Vermont. They just have a lot of sustainability initiatives, which I think is really cool. Like, they had recycling in the hotel. It's rare to see.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So that was cool. And then this one is also local, not from the same. I'm sorry, you guys, if the video quality totally changed and the audio and literally everything. Our camera died and all of our other batteries to it are dead, so we have switched cameras. So all I was saying is we got this one from the local farm that we visited, and then there were a bunch of local farms and a bunch of local stores. So this one is not from a store that we visited, but it's also local amber color, rich taste maple syrup, and it looks like a little snowman.
It's so adorable. Shelby saw it and she does this cute thing where she starts like flapping her arms, and I was looking at something else because we definitely wander, like whatever draws our eye, we wander separately. And I look over and she's just like, and I'm like, oh, she's not gonna pass the snowman syrup bottle up.
Yep, so we had to get the snowman syrup bottle. But again, I will reuse him for decoration because that is adorable. This is the cutest damn thing. I kept saying in that store, like everything, so they had a store that was full of local foods and like drinks and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, if anybody in our life valued like local stuff the way we do, this would be a great gift store.
Yeah.
But I think that's everything that we bought.
The apples.
Oh, Madison
Oh,
wants
we
to show you
skipped the apples, but these apples we got from the farm, and they're actually called Golden Rush apples, I believe. And these, she said, are not really good for you to just bite into, but you let them like sweeten a little bit more, and you use them as like a baking pie apple. So these are the ones that made it home, but we also had some cute little red ones that you'll see in the pictures, and those, they did not stand a chance. They're so freaking good.
They got eaten very quickly.
Yeah, I just was like, gone, and then I'd like get another one and do it again, so just wanted to kind of
do that. And also I want to make chili this weekend, so maybe we'll vlog that for you too. But I think that's it for this video. We had intentions of telling you stories, but I feel like there was a lot of story in the reasons that we bought the things that we did. So I feel like you got to learn a lot about where we went and why we bought what we did, and like the experiences. I feel like those items are memories, so it was like we got to tell you stories at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, we'll end it here. Thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. And until next time, catch you later, Maddlebees.